had my mic off when I was explaining what I was doing, so I just cut off the struts. I cut a bunch of them, but I think I'm only gonna do 4 per slider, and basically, so you guys can get an idea. Here's the bar, and they will go. I don't know. I have to clean these guys up because they are totally jagged and not so flat. So once they're cleaned up, and they have to be notched, every single one has to be notched so that the tubing, the round stuff, can fit right over. So then these will go right over like that. So that's essentially what we're going for. Once they're notched, it will give me enough clearance to actually get in here. I will try to get all of these as even as possible, because obviously this one's way longer. But yeah, and then once this is done, then we'll figure out how to mount it to the actual body of the frame of the truck. So that's that. Notching, there is really a technique for notching. I guess there's like specific angles and cuts that you make. So basically you would like cut down this way and this way. So hopefully you can see here. So this is just a crude way of doing it, but basically you would cut down both of these lines, go down this way, go down this way, and then when you're done, you would end up with something like that. Imagine this notch, this piece here is missing. So imagine this whole thing is missing, and then that's your notch, and that is where your tube sits. But I don't necessarily have the right sauce to get the perfect lines. So what we do is we just use a good old angle grinder and just shave until we have enough material is gone, and that's it. That's really all I do. So these guys, I'm basically gonna attempt to just line them up as best I can, like create like a flush surface by just grinding it. This is how we notch the tubing. Just by eyeballing it, really. Not really exact. Now that we have all of our struts notched, pretty much in the general height that I'm gonna be using, I'm gonna go ahead and clean up, not all of it, but just like the parts where I'm going to weld these onto, just to get cleaner welds. So, just rough estimate here, getting it around there. So, in order to get them fairly parallel or perpendicular, nice in a right angle here, I use these guys magnets, and they kind of give you a perfect right angle there. So I'll just push them against, and yeah, so we'll just do that. I'll tack it, and then I'll do the next one, tack it, and then I'll just go around, do a whole loop around it. Alright, so I did a little bit more notching on these just to get them to sit better. And now I've got this guy pretty much sits right on. Before there was a bit of a space in between here. Now they're touching, so it's enough for me to be satisfied and be able to weld it down. Here it is. That's one. It's funny how short these are for the Wrangler. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I gotta really clean up all the spatter that accumulates. I still haven't gotten a good weld technique, so where I don't have all this spatter. And then I'll start making the other one. And I still need to get a hold of the Jeep so I can measure out where these ones are gonna go to.